there isn't a universe in my head where Switzerland beats Spain. I mean, I'll hold
Yeah,
my
I
head up
know.
again and apologize. Apology tour will continue, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, we're just going to piss off the Spanish fans if we even contemplate it. Hello to all you beautiful people out there. We are back with another episode of All About the W. I am in India as usual. Kai is at the Euros. So exciting for Kai. Kai, you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I went for the Netherlands versus France game. The vibes were excellent.
Yeah.
The day kind of, it was just like so high, and then it's like a balloon. It just went, you know,
Yeah.
in like a matter of minutes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. I've actually been pretty surprised by how much you can feel the tournament here. Like
Yeah.
I'm currently in Basel. I read that in other places like Zurich and all, it's like even better. But Basel
Yeah.
also, you can see, like you can just feel like there's a lot of Euros posters, a lot of even like football players who are doing ads, like Swiss football players especially, who've been doing ads for the sponsors and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great to hear. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's been a while since we came back to you. Mostly because guys been traveling, but also because I am dead. But uh, uh, we thought we'd come to you with a recap of the third match day of the group stage and see where we're at with the quarterfinals. Before we start our match day three review, please like and subscribe, comment, share, do all those wonderful things. It's been great to get your support through the Euros, and we hope more people join us and listen to us and be part of the community. Anyway, let me just go through all of the games, all the scores, all the goal scorers, and then we'd see where we're at. So Finland versus Switzerland was the first game, which ended 1-1. It was a draw. And Pika scored in the 79th minute on a penalty for Finland. Jamali scored in the 90 plus second minute for Switzerland. Norway versus Iceland ended 4-3 to Norway. Gobset scored in the 15th minute, 20 and the 26th minute, and Manam scored in the 49th minute and the 76th minute, both getting braces. Jon's daughter scored in the 6th minute, Eric's daughter scored in the 84th minute. I'm telling you, it's the era of Lynn. Biggest daughter scored in the 95th minute. Nice to see Iceland getting 3 goals there. Lind also got a red card in the 94th minute for Norway. Then Portugal versus Belgium ended 1-2 to Belgium. And Khan Nassau scored in the 87th minute. I really butchered that. Bullard scored in the fourth minute, and Cayman scored in the 96th minute. Was on my bench, did not give me any points in the fantasy Euros.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Listen,
Anyway,
don't even talk about fantasy euros. Like I
yeah.
am so, my rank is some 11,900 and something, and I
Oh,
was like,
I don't
wait,
even
are
know how to check my
11,000?
rank.
Oh, good. Because I was like, are there like 11,900 people playing this fantasy euros?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I might be the last one on that entire list. Anyway, go
Oh
on.
God.
Sorry to cut you off.
Anyway, Italy versus Spain ended 1-3 to Spain. Oliveira scored in the 10th minute for Italy. You know, great player. I think we've found somebody who we're going to pay attention to in the future. Del Castillo scored in the 14th minute. Then Guiaro scored in the 49th minute, and then Gonzalez scored in the 91st minute. Poland versus Denmark ended 3-2. Padilla scored in the 13th minute. Payor scored in the 20th minute, and then Venkowska scored in the 76th minute for Poland. Great upset there as well. I think not upset. I mean, I'm just glad to see Poland win something. And Denmark, for Denmark, Thompson scored in the 59th minute. Bruin scored in the 83rd minute. For Sweden, then versus Germany, that was the biggest upset, I think. I could not be happier. Ended 4-1 for Sweden. Blackstenius scored in the 12th minute, more fantasy points. Homburg scored in the 25th minute. Rolfo scored on a penalty in the 34th minute. Hertig scored in the 80th minute. And then for Germany, Brand scored in the 77th minute. And then there was a thumping by the English on the Welsh, which ended 6-1 to England. Stanway scored a penalty in the 13th minute, Toon scored in the 21st minute, Hem scored in the 30th minute, Russo scored in the 44th minute, Mead scored in the 72nd minute, Aggie Beaver Jones scored in the 89th minute, and for Wales, there was a consolation of Kane in the 76th minute, scoring one goal. Great to see Wales score a goal. And then Netherlands versus France, for which Kai was at the stadium, ended 2-5 to France. My sympathies to Nitya, our number one Dutch fan. Palova scored in the 26th minute. Barsha scored an own goal in the 41st minute. Toletti scored 20 in the 22nd minute. Katoto scored in the 61st minute. I really wish I could afford her in the fantasy. Cascarino scored in the 64th and the 67th on a brace, quick brace. And then Karshwai scored a penalty in the 92nd minute. That brings us to the end of the recap. Kai, I think we should start with what I think was the, I don't know if I'd call it an upset, but a lot of people would think of it like that, which was Sweden versus Germany. Now, we had both these teams getting out of the group, but both of us had Germany ahead of Sweden. And, you know, I'm I'm going to hold my head up high and say and apologize. I thought Germany would make it to the finals. So
You said they might win the tournament, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna say I was wrong. I will take full accountability for being wrong. Um, but I also said in my defense that Sweden are my dark horse. So
Ah.
I mean that's why I have Black Stenius on my fantasy team to begin with.
Yeah, yeah,
She is
yeah.
my vice captain. Um, so I'm really actually happy that to be wrong. Like I could not be happier to be wrong. This is the one time I'll hold my hand up and be like, I'm so glad Germany lost because like
Yeah.
Sweden is such a great it's always such a great story in the knockout tournaments because Sweden always does well in knockout tournaments and always
Yeah.
manages in clutch games to score. And it just every time people like count them out, they come back with a bang with a result like this, beating Germany
Yeah.
4-1. So, how did
I
you
think
feel
Sweden
about the
have
game?
kind of steadily grown into the tournament. I feel,
Yeah, yeah,
I think that match kind of summarized exactly what is going well for Sweden and what is going wrong for Germany. It is
yeah,
just that, like, Germany's players are so out of form. Like,
yeah,
out of that front three, you
yeah,
have like an exceptional front three of Brand, Schuler, and Euler Brand. And
yeah,
it seems like Brand is the only one who is able to score any goals. I know Shula scored in the previous game, but she's had like so many chances before she can put one
yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah,
And Clara Bull just can't, like, she just can't seem to do anything properly. Like, I mean, she
yeah,
does, like, I think the game before that she did cross. She did like put in a few good crosses. I thought her movement in the game, the second group stage game, was really good. But in
yeah,
this previous game, I think it was Homburg who went up against her as a fullback, and I thought she did a fantastic job. Like, we know how well uh, Clara Bull can like dribble, carry the ball, and also take on players, right? Her defender, and yeah, in this game, she got like absolutely no change out of Homburg.
yeah, yeah. I no, I agree, absolutely agree. And I don't think like there might be people who would say that 31st minute red card, then they had to play the whole game. They were already 2-1, like they were already down a goal. So like there's no guarantee that Germany could have pulled that back. I really don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. I think, like, I mean, I don't want to say that when you get when a player gets sent off in the 31st minute, it's very hard to then judge the game.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
still felt like maybe Vuk could have gone with a similar midfield. I just felt like both midfields were really bad, but
Yeah.
Swedish, like the Swedish midfield were just like slightly more physical, and they were able to win
Yeah,
the ball back and move it quickly, especially out wide, or even
yeah,
pass it back. They did a lot of back passing to build
yeah,
up, and I think Yash had put out a passing map, which kind of really highlighted the distance between the German defense and the midfield.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when you
yeah.
have that massive gap, we know what happens, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, look at this. They had 82% pass accuracy, Sweden, in comparison to Germany's 78%. Which, I
yeah.
mean, it's small margins, but it's a big difference when it comes to the final result, right? Um,
Absolutely, especially when you have a team like Sweden that's going to break on you so quickly. You have
yeah,
Stina, who's really
yeah,
fast, and you have JRK, who's also really fast. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're going to like, if you are sloppy in the midfield, they are going to punish you, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I have to say, all of the like a lot of the wing players really came to the fore. So Homburg scored, Rolfo scored, Stina of course is a striker, but like coming, somebody who's running in from behind. She's not like a
Yeah,
like traditional fox in the box. Her game is made on
yeah,
like
yeah,
those
yeah.
offside runs. So like I think that they made really good use of space on the counter attack in that sort of.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I also think, I mean, so that's the thing, right? Like the point that you made earlier, Sweden were squarely like on top. And even
Yeah,
that red card comes from basically, I mean, you did watch, I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of, it's kind of funny and sad because she was
yeah,
literally in the middle of the goal and she just like pushed. I mean, she was basically
yeah.
being a goalkeeper, right? And she
Goalkeeper,
did an
yeah,
excellent job. She did better than
yeah,
Anne-Catherine Berger at pushing it away,
yeah,
but unfortunately, she's an outfield player. So,
yeah,
but yeah, and this puts like Germany in a really tight spot because Wamser was the one who came in for Julia Gwynn because Gwynn
yeah,
got injured. So I don't know
yeah,
what their game plan is going to be in the quarterfinals. Like they
yeah,
did switch. They obviously had to switch to a back three because they were
yeah,
down to 10 players. So they might
yeah.
play with a back three. There are a couple of
Like
defenders there who, yeah,
to me, Germany is out. Like I don't see them beating this German team. I don't see them beating France.
yeah, it's a
Like
tough draw. It's a very tough draw.
yeah, and honestly speaking, good on like Sweden. I feel like everybody knew what their like I'll admit I didn't watch the game very closely, but everybody kind of knows like from watching them through the tournament, everybody kind of knows their role. I also think unsung hero of the group stage in general, JRK. I have to sing her praises about in general about the group stage
Yeah.
because yes, she doesn't score. She didn't score in this game either. But like I mean, she did score in the tournament. But like, you know what I mean? She's not known
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be a
yeah.
goal scorer.
She got
But
like
like,
she got an assist, and she got an assist to the what would have been a goal, which was a which then ended up being the
yeah,
red
yeah,
card.
yeah,
She
exactly,
got the assist for
exactly.
that as
Like
well. Yeah,
she's the primary creator. Like she's one of the primary creators for this team. So
yeah,
I have to hold my hands up and be like, today is my apology tour day. Another apology, second apology. Now this time to JRK for
yeah.
being that player.
Yeah, I think JRK on her day can like carry the ball and then hold it up enough for other people to sort of run into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
box. Like it sometimes she lacks the patience to do that, or the confidence to do that.
yeah,
Because she just crosses it into an empty box or something like that. Sometimes the decision making just falls flat. But in this game, I
yeah,
think largely she did okay, and I think she was named the player of the match as well,
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
by UEFA. So, well, congratulations to JRK, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't it win like two or three, like all three games player of the match or something like that? Like I
Oh,
saw a
that was
stat.
Roy Tiller. She's one. Yeah, we love Roy Tiller, right, on this channel. She's been exceptional. So good, so
Yeah,
good. She's
yeah,
just, um, she's just a proper engine, just running around everywhere. But anyway, yeah.
yeah. Okay, moving on to the game that you witnessed live. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, France versus Netherlands, or rather, Netherlands versus France. Kai, your thoughts on this game?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, I am honestly really glad that Andreas Jonker, like Netherlands is a team that I do follow closely.
Yeah, yeah,
I think after maybe England, uh, in Europe at least, Netherlands is probably the second team that I watch the most. So from that standpoint, I'm really glad Yonker is leaving. Because my God, like every time they cut to Yonker, there's a screen in the stadium, right? They cut to Yonker and like the whole Dutch end was just booing at him. Um, because my God, like where was the tactics? It's just, they had one tactic which is just to play a long ball out to, against
Yeah.
England as well. It was very similar. They would
Like
play a
they
long
have
ball out
had a
to
one tactic for the whole tournament. Like the
whole
tournament has
tournament,
just
single
been the
tactic.
single tactic.
Like, the game against England, they were trying to kind of unlock Chastity Grant with the long ball. In this game, he didn't start Miedema. He didn't play Miedema. He played
Yeah.
Bierenstein and Chastity Grant as a front two, I think. And
Yeah.
like, they tried to unlock Bierenstein, who can't. I mean, personally, I don't think she is the most technical players. Like, her touch is not great. She can't carry the ball. She can't control the ball very well. So
Yeah.
I think predominantly her biggest skill is to sort of run in behind. Um, there is no hold up play, none of that. So I will say she does defend well from the front.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's something like, not all strikers have. She definitely has that, but yeah, I was feeling very hopeful when Pelova equalized.
Yeah.
Um, After Tilletti scored, like I think they equalized in like 3-4 minutes, and that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like okay, and that did bring a lot of momentum to Netherlands, and they
Yeah.
end up
Yeah.
scoring that second goal before halftime. So being
Yeah.
2-1 at halftime, you are at a position like a slightly advantageous position, and like yeah, I mean, it worked in the first half, but second half, like physically being there and watching the players, I thought in the first half Daniela Vanderdonk was exceptional. Like we
Yeah.
did speak, I think on one of the lives about how much Netherlands were missing DVD, and
Yeah.
she was everywhere. She was really everywhere. But by the time it was like 55, 60 minutes, she was fully out of
Yeah.
gas. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she kind of turned over the ball in the midfield, which led to one of the goals that France scored. So
Yeah.
I think once she ran out of steam, the substitutions were just, you know,
Yeah, coming to the substitutions, in the 59th minute, France substituted Toletti for Guerrero. Do you
yeah.
think that made a difference?
I was surprised to see that Guerrero did not start, but
Yeah,
listen, Guerrero to me is one of the best midfielders. In this particular game, um, actually, I will admit this. I have not rewatched the game. I wish I had,
yeah,
because when you look at the stats, you don't necessarily feel like Guerrero made a big difference. But what
yeah,
she can do is be very smart positionally to drag
yeah,
players out. She's one of those midfielders who would make runs and drag defenders with her, and things like that.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
this was happening, I think, um, at the other end, away from where I was sitting. So I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
couldn't really, if you're right behind the goal, you can't really see much.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
is happening after the one third of the pitch that you can actually see, beyond that you can't
yeah,
really tell. So
yeah. It is the best seat in the house for a supporter, though.
yeah, for the supporters, exactly. I was like fully doing it, like I was just shouting at the ref. I was just like, you shit, and I
Yeah,
was like, oh, give her a yellow and all of that. Like I was shouting, and the woman next to me was like, yes, yellow, yellow.
yeah,
And yeah, so but yeah, I mean, honestly, I would like to rewatch the match and see what kind of impact Euro had, because I mean, literally, she comes on and there's like 3 goals,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
France are
for
a goal
sure.
up. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
I
telling my
also
sister actually. I was telling my
yeah,
sister after the match that, it's quite possible that Gayoro coming on is what made the difference. But
yeah,
I forgot to watch the game. But I will do that.
yeah. Um, and I have to say, like, this sort of midfield for France. I mean, let's put Karshwai out of the reckoning because Karshwai scored a penalty.
Hmm.
It's just this Toletti, Katoto, Cascarino, these three. um, it's just that combination works so well. I mean, I will add Baltimore to this equation as well, but it just that, like the Toletti to the front three, that, like combination, to me it works
Yeah,
really well. Like, I just feel
yeah.
like the front three for France are just absolutely fantastic. There's just nothing you can say about them. And so when they're functional in the midfield and they just need that one through ball, like that's it.
Yeah,
They just need one good through ball.
yeah, I agree. I think Toletti did go down and Gyoro came in for her.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what her status is. I hope she's fit because I do
yeah,
think Toletti is one of their more important midfielders. But yeah, I agree. I think France front three are extremely clinical.
yeah. I mean, to be
And
fair, whether it's Guerrero or Teletti, I think it's that central sort of not cam, but like slightly before
like a
cam
central,
role.
as in like
Yeah,
central
yeah,
midfield sort of a role,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, I think the other thing was also, I think in the first half, Netherlands did overload that midfield,
yeah,
and after halftime they kind of resolved that issue. I think it even more so once Guerrero came in.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like they sort of tweaked enough for France to have more control of the ball, because I think
yeah,
after about 60 minutes, I think after the first goal goes in, Netherlands
yeah,
had like no control. Like they could not hold the ball for, like, they couldn't
yeah,
make four passes, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it was very obvious. Like it was a complete collapse. And I think, I mean, I wish I'd gotten to see Miedema play,
yeah,
but Jonker later in the press conference said that they wanted to manage Miedema's minutes, which it's just crazy to me because, like, it's your, I mean, it's this or you're going home. So,
yeah, yeah. What are you
but
managing for? Like managing to go
yeah,
home in the flight.
yeah, exactly. So, and the, I mean, at one point, I think it was way late, like it was in the 80th minute or something, where when France were like in cruise control, like they showed Viv and Jonker talking to each other, and
Yeah,
like, and I was just like, yeah, are you bringing her on? Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
it turns out they spoke to each other and they were like, okay, we need 5 goals in like 10 minutes basically, because I mean they needed to offset that goal difference also.
yeah.
So to qualify for the knockout, so basically they agreed that like
There's
even
no
her
point.
coming on is not gonna make a
Yeah,
difference. So he decided against it. But yeah, I mean it's. I mean honestly, yeah, I'll just say that I'm glad to see Jonker go because there is enough talent in that Dutch team.
yeah,
You
yeah.
have like a bunch of young
Yeah,
players
I
who are
mean,
coming through.
I was really disappointed with this group because it was supposedly the group of death, but like Netherlands was so easily beaten by both
Yeah,
England and France that it became
exactly.
like a very, like it petered out very quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, so for me in my head, I was just like, this group is going to be fun because I expected the Netherlands games to be fun as well. Like I expected them to
Yeah.
not make it because just in
Yeah.
terms of like tactics, like we know
Form.
how managers operate, and
Yeah.
also like the other two teams maybe have a little more edge in terms of
Yeah.
talent because they have like younger players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you also in Netherlands you also have a crop of older players who are just going to leave. Like this is Van der
Yeah.
Donk's last tournament. Sheridan Spitzer is probably also going to leave soon. So you have a
Yeah. Yeah.
bunch of like an older crop of players who played in a lot
Yeah.
of major tournaments.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I expected them to go out, but not in such a deflating manner. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. I think if they just put up a fight, it would have been. Uh, who do you think was the most competitive group?
Ooh. Actually, it might be the first group.
Yeah, I'm also thinking the same thing. I like.
Yeah.
It was our Nordic Scandinavian
Yeah, it
extravaganza
was the
group.
Nordic group. I completely agree. I mean that goal that Jemali scored, that goal. I wish I was in the Switzerland fan zone somewhere,
Oh my God, they must have
because
gone
that would have been
crazy.
wild.
Yeah,
Because what a goal to score, right? I mean, it's always like seriously. Uh, like I really want to go watch one of the like the. It's going to be heartbreaking, but I do want to
yeah,
go see the Switzerland Spain game in a fan zone
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
the vibes are going to be great. But yeah, they're gonna get thumped. I'm very scared about that as well. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. You should, if you, I mean, if you have the money, you should just go buy a Switzerland jersey right now and just,
yeah,
go,
if I have
go
money, that's a
wear
big
the red
factor.
and go stand in the fan zone with
I
Swiss
think I'll wear.
fans.
I do have a red T-shirt. I'll wear that and I'll go stand there
Oh
for
yeah, good
sure.
idea. Yeah, yeah.
But I swear, man, like just I've had, my sister and I were talking about this, about like what if Switzerland beats Spain, and just the
I
thought
mean,
of it
I
gave me
just,
goosebumps.
impossible. I just don't see it happening. It's just, no, there isn't a universe in my head where Switzerland beats Spain. I mean, I'll hold
Yeah,
my
I
head up
know.
again and apologize. Apology tour will continue, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, we're just going to piss off the Spanish fans if we even contemplate it.
Yeah, no, but well, one can dream, I suppose. The dream is
Yeah,
alive
yeah,
till the first
yeah.
semi-final
And
day.
like,
Sorry,
I have
quarter-final
to
day.
admit, as much as I enjoyed watching Italy play, and I have enjoyed watching Italy play, like Spain just took them for a ride in the park. Like the last 10 or 15 minutes of that Italy versus
Yeah,
Spain game was just like levels, you know.
yeah. I
So
agree.
they didn't even get the
I
ball.
think
Like
once
Italy didn't even,
Esther came on, and
yeah,
once their starting players came on, and
yeah,
I did think it was weird to take out Del Castillo, but I thought Vicky Lopez looked pretty good.
yeah,
But yeah, once like their starting 11, so to speak, was on the pitch, yeah, it did look very different for
yeah,
Spain. But I still
absolutely.
have Italy down as the dark horse. I have Italy down to beat Norway. We'll get to the predictions maybe.
Sweden forever. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Sweden
any
forever.
other game? Any other game that really? Oh, we haven't talked about England. How
Yeah,
was
we
there
do.
anything to take away from this game, from the English game? I mean, it's Wales. Everybody expected them to beat Wales. Maybe they beat them by a margin that nobody expected.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but does that say anything about anything, or like, do you think England have now figured out their best 11? Is that like what's happened?
Yeah. I think definitely England have figured out their best 11. I would, if not for like any major uh like mistakes from players and like injuries, I think Serena would go the starting 11 for however
Yeah,
far they make it into the tournament.
yeah,
Yeah, I think what it says about England, it's good to see that they've bounced back from that
yeah,
defeat to France.
yeah,
But I'm also a bit cautious because you can't, I don't know how much you can take from that, game against Netherlands or Wales, because
yeah, yeah,
we've seen their quality in the
yeah, yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
But I mean, in terms of the mental aspect of it, it's going to give them a lot of confidence, right? You scored
Yeah,
a bunch of
yeah. I
goals.
think beating Netherlands and beating Wales both very comprehensively. I think it
Yeah.
does give them a huge amount of confidence, and everyone has gotten some goals under their belt. Um, like you especially like this English midfield, no, like
Yeah.
Stanway's gotten a goal, Ella Toon has gotten a goal, in the previous game Walsh has gotten a goal. So
Yeah.
like when you always know that Hempen, Russo, and like Lauren James are going to score. They are like
Yeah.
expected to score almost. But when your midfield is also scoring, you have all the way back to like Bronze and Greenwood, people who can score, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I
Like
think,
it's a
uh,
dangerous
yeah,
prospect.
exactly. Yeah, the goals are coming from everywhere, and that's again good. I think Russo also got her first goal in this game, which is again a
Yeah.
weight off her shoulders, because
Yeah.
I feel like with a player like Russo, the more she goes on without scoring a goal, the harder it gets.
And
Like you
to be
can
fair,
tell,
she had been playing well. It was a matter of time. Like she had two assists in the previous game. She'd gotten the
correct.
player
Yeah,
of the match. Like it was going to happen. It was just a matter of, that perfect moment.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think. Mm, in terms of Wales, the defending was just so bad. It was so poor. Again, I didn't watch this match live. I just kind of watched a bit of the highlights, and also
Yeah.
uh, went sort of watched parts of the match as well. But yeah, I mean, Wales were just really poor. But I think it was Rian Wilkinson who later said that maybe three matches in such a short space of time was too much for them,
Yeah, yeah,
um, because England you have players who play a match every three
yeah,
days,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Whether it's deep into the cup competitions or some of them play
yeah,
Champions League as well,
yeah,
it is just not the same for Wales. So maybe it was also mentally and physically tiring for them. Maybe they don't have the same amount of resources.
yeah,
But yeah, I think the where like you have two tournament debutants in like Poland and Wales, and I think
yeah,
the sad part for Wales was that they have a slightly more tough team, a tough group.
yeah,
They
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
get a win, whereas Denmark were just poor in this tournament. And I thought Poland played
yeah,
really well, by the way. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, they go out without a point. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Denmark. So like Wales. So yeah, I mean, uh, but yeah,
I do.
that's
I feel bad for Wales, but I also think like Weigman. I have praise where praise is due. Greenwood as a fullback is a masterstroke. I think
oh yeah,
that backline has been figured out to some extent. I
yeah,
feel like they're very steady in the back now. Like I did not see that in the first game versus France, and if, to be fair to England, that game was also not that. It wasn't like France ran away with it. It was quite close, even
it
though
was
Greenwood
close.
was so
Yeah,
good.
and like I think what a positive for England is that in the post match, like it was very evident that they all recognized how much below their level they were all playing at.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't just the outcome, like every single
yeah,
player was talking about how like they were all really poor on the pitch, which is I
yeah,
think something they can think of as a positive, because if they do
yeah.
turn up,
Yeah,
maybe there is enough or more quality to go up against France,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, plus,
yeah,
like, Ella Toon, who's been instrumental in the last two games, was not starting in that game. So, like, there were a
yeah.
lot of problems in that game in terms of team selection that have been sorted out, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see. Like for me, maybe a weak link. As much as I love Jess Carter,
Yeah,
sometimes I feel I don't know. I'll have to watch her a little more. I'm not sure if she's at her best right now. Um, but I also don't see Wiegman like changing Jess Carter for another person, because she weirdly seems to trust Jess Carter a lot. She almost never
right.
drops Carter. Um, so it's going to be interesting. But so far, I think the Williamson Carter pairing has been working okay. But again, I feel like they've not faced a big test yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll wait and see.
Okay, so unless you have any other games you want to flag, Kai, should we move on to predictions?
Oh yes, let's do predictions.
Okay, so predictions for the quarterfinals. Norway versus Italy. Kai, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go three. 2-1 Italy.
2-1 Italy. I feel, and don't hate on me, that Norway is going to scam, last minute scam a win.
Of course, they will
2-1.
scam. Yeah,
2-1 Norway. Full scammers all the way through the tournament.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, if Norway win this tournament with the kind of performances they've had, no, it'll be
Oh
so
my God.
hilarious.
I'm
Uh,
going to lose my faith in football if they win. Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
swear, man. Anyway, um,
Um,
I,
anyway,
I, I'm my. I feel like Italy are going to go through to the semi-final. I want them to
yeah,
actually. I feel
yeah.
like they've been a fun team
Same
to
here. I
watch.
actually feel very happy when I see Italy play. There's something about that team that just makes you feel happy. Um, okay, Sweden versus England. This could be very, very tough. I think quite close, I would say.
Hmm. I think. I think it really, like, just a quick thought before I predict. I think like midfield quality wise, England fully kind of have the potential to outperform Sweden.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'm also very worried about the high line that England are going to play
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
positioning of these defenders, because we saw what happened against France. Um, like if the midfield turns up, if they don't lose the ball in those ridiculous places that Germany did, I think England will be okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go England.
Okay.
England,
Since,
uh,
I think
3-1 England.
personally, I think England are probably going to win this, and
Yeah.
so if I'm like I'm hedging my bets a little here, but since
Huh.
Sweden are my dark horse for the tournament, I
Yeah.
gotta like put my money where my mouth is. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go 2-1 Sweden, despite the fact that
Mm.
I think by every measure I would say England are more likely to win this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, yeah, 3-1 England.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Okay.
hat trick for Lauren James. That'd be so fun. Oh, anyway.
Oh my God, Chelsea fans. All the Chelsea fans complaining about Russo getting player of the match because Lauren James scored a brace. Oh my God.
That whole discourse was just so tiring. I was just like, why you bothered about stuff like this, man? Just take the win and go home.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, somewhat of an easy prediction for me, I feel Spain versus Switzerland. Kai, where do you go in?
Yeah, I think. Like, I just hope it's not like by a big margin. I hope
Yeah,
it's like a 2-1 win or something, you know.
yeah,
I want Switzerland to score, which I think they will. I mean, we've seen what Spain's defense looks like, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I want it to be a bit tight because, like, if Spain are like 4-0 up by halftime, then like it's no fun, right?
yeah,
And
exactly.
I hope it's like a 2-1 Spain.
2-1 Spain. Not bad. I'm gonna go 3-1 Spain. I don't think it's going to be like 6-1 Spain or something. I think Switzerland are very organized. So if they lose, they lose by a small margin. So I
Yeah.
see it being like 2 goals, like the Italy game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought the Italy game was quite close because I do remember I think Esther scored very late.
I think it was
The
close in the
third,
first half.
it was close in the first half, and I think after 70 minutes, your bench makes a massive difference, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
Spain's bench is so deep, you can't do anything
yeah,
against that.
yeah, exactly. Which I think will
But
come into play that
that's
this game
where
as well.
sorry.
For this game as well, it will be the same case. The bench will just like,
Yeah, I mean, quality, yes, but I also feel like, with Switzerland, some of their bench players have really impressed in like
yeah,
players like Wanderler and Pilgrim,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I think certainly or Jamali, whoever starts, the other comes
Whoever
off the
starts,
bench.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, in that sense, you've had some game changers coming off the bench for Switzerland. So
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
discussed how that made the difference for Switzerland against
yeah,
Finland.
yeah.
Not sure if that will be the case against Spain, but they have something to uh,
Hold on to.
sort of depend on
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, all hope is not lost. Plus, there's the home team advantage, all the home support. You never know.
Yeah.
Anything is possible in football.
Hmm.
France versus Germany, stellar fixture. I know which way I'm going. Kai, what do you think?
France for sure.
Yeah,
There's no, like, Germany have looked so lackluster in this tournament,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3-1 France.
3-1 France. I'm going to go
Yeah.
2-1 France. I think it'll be a closer game than people think it is. But
Yeah.
I think eventually France will win.
I think that loss to Sweden really shook up the German players. Like, Clara
Yeah.
Bull and Yula Brand were giving interviews, and they looked like they were going to cry. Like, in my
Yeah.
head, I was thinking, you've qualified. Like, chill out. Why are you crying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe I think it came as a shock to them, like losing
Yeah.
4-1.
And to be fair, it's not like they would have, like, if they had won, that they would have faced easier opposition. England is not a walk in the park either. Whichever way they were
Yeah.
going to go, England or France, they were going to face a difficult team.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see how that loss affects Germany. Is it going to push them like to play better, or if it's just deflated them? I think we'll have to wait and see how they react on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Okay, that brings us to the end of this Euros recap, review, whatever you want to call it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and watch out. We have a nice Euros vlog coming your way. Kai is putting out a few videos of their experience at the Euros. So that's something to watch out for. So stay tuned and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all of those things. Bye bye.
Bye.